Well, here we are over at Lanes Cove at sunset. It's a beautiful spot over here. I've got a great spot set up for this wide angle shot that I'm going to do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk a little bit about how I set things up with the 10 to 24. I look for certain things. I try to make sure that everything's going to be in focus if I want it that way. And this is a really old, beat up fiberglass dinghy, and we're going to try and make it look old and beat up. But I'm going to give you some tips along the way on how to use this lens. First thing we're going to do is we're going to frame things up. And framing things up with this lens, it starts out at 10 and goes to 24. So we're looking to see how much distortion we get on the sides. And we want to make sure that our sides are cleared up so that we don't have anything creeping in from the outside in. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to place our focus point, and I'm assuming with this shot it's going to be, our aperture is going to be somewhere around f14, and that should carry it all the way through. I don't think we're going to have any problem with depth of field at all because we're a good 4 feet away from this object here. So that being said, that would be at 10 or 15 in full frame terms. But if we're going to be doing this at maybe 16, that might change a little bit. We'll just have to see. So one of the cool things about Fuji cameras is that if you put the camera on manual focus, you can still press the back button focus and it will automatically focus for you. Then what I do is I go and check, make sure everything's nice and sharp and everything. And you do that by pressing the wheel in the back in, and you'll get the focus assist to come on. So what I also do is I change the focus point to the smallest square, and I move it around with a jog dial. Now, some people will move it around with the rear screen by moving it around with your finger like this, and that's fine too, that works. And I'm also going to use the 2-second timer. I'm not going to use my cable release. And right now I've got this lined up as basically a 21mm shot, and we've got some clouds in the sky, and I really have no idea what's going to happen here. We still got probably another 15-20 minutes before sunset happens. But this is a cool little wreck dinghy here, and I think we're going to get a really nice shot out of it. So what I've done is I've checked my angles on both sides to see if we've got any real heavy distortion, and you can tell that there's a little bit of this going on, but it's not bad, and it doesn't really affect the photograph that much. But you know, only you can be the judge of that, I guess. What I've also done is I've taken my filter off. I always have a filter, a UVA filter on my lens, but we're shooting into the sun here, so I made sure I took it off because we don't want to get any reflections or anything, you know. That's usually the way I work, is that if I'm shooting into the sun, I take the filter off. It was really hot today here. In Enrique, it was an awful lot like Miami. This is 95 degrees. So we got some people swimming over here, some people on the what do you call it, the breakwater over there, getting ready for sunset. And it's coming down. We got some clouds in the sky. You never know, we might get something great. So this is a 16:9 crop here. This is not really what we're looking at. I'm looking at a 3:2. So unfortunately, you won't seeing too much of the frame here. This is cropped in a little bit more on the sides. So this is the shot. As with 2 weeks ago, we have a very bright sky. So I'm going to try and do some exposure blending, and because I know that that's going to be a little bit too bright. And I want to play around with it a little bit and see if I can get it to look the way I want it to look. Now I try to use the LCD screen on the back of a camera because it's so much easier to use a large 3-inch screen to do everything. And by the way, I also try to do everything in sequence. I have a certain sequence where I try to do every single shot. I find that doing things in a certain order, it's my system or my workflow, which really helps things out an awful lot. And there's kids out here, they're swimming and fishing, and it's great. It's summer on Cape Ann. It's been a hot day. It's going to be another hot one tomorrow. So I've lowered my angle a little bit just to get rid of the center of this image. There was too much of it, and I kind of like it the way it is. And the sun's going to drop just when I don't want it to. So I'm bracketing a little bit because I know I'm going to have to merge things a little bit. I'll probably try and do an automatic merge and see what the heck happens You never know, it might work out great instead of having to just paint in the sky. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens with the sky here. No matter what, it's going to be a little bit brighter than I want it to be, so not much I can do about it. But the 10-24, it's a great lens. It's really light. The 16-1.4 is heavier, and you know, it's great for certain things, but maybe not for this. I don't know, we're losing the light right now. It's unfortunate. And I hate to do an HDR stack, but merging the exposures, I have no other choice. You know, I might be able to do something with the sky in post other than an HDR merge. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Well, here you can see the 4 images that I use for the HDR merge. And I go from underexposed to a really underexposed for the sky in the background here. And this is what comes up. And it does have kind of an HDR look to it because we're pretty well evened out as far as exposure goes. As you can see with the building at the top right, it's not quite as straight as I'd like it, so there was some distortion going on. I did take care of it in Lightroom. So, you know, it's not too bad. I like it. It came out pretty well. I really am still a little bit iffy with the HDR look to it though. I also decided to shoot at a higher ISO, that is 640, because we had a slight breeze blowing, and a 15th of a second ranging up to a 1/25th of a second was enough to stop the leaves from blowing around too much. Well, I think that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Give me a like if you like what I'm doing, and maybe even leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. This was just a little tutorial on how I use Fuji cameras and the XF 10-24 to do wide-angle landscape photography. Like I said,